fight anybody. I don't care who they are. I couldn't give a shit. I'm not scared of no man. My name's always gonna be in the back of his head.
This is very funny when fighters talk about gangster. Shut up. Nobody's gangster. A lot of people, a lot of fighters who want to be like gangsters, they don't even see in real life, real gangsters.
I'm used to doing things with a lot of pressure on me anyway, so.
Lee Murray is one of the most legit gangsters of all time.
These aren't just words from a movie. They're from Lee Murray, a ferocious fighter inside the cage and an even more dangerous man outside it. Known to his friends as Lightning, he once took on 9 bouncers outside a nightclub. Known for knocking out Tito Ortiz in a brutal street fight, he survived being pronounced dead not once but 3 times after being stabbed in the heart. But even after all the violence, one thing you can't take away from him is he is known for pulling off the biggest heist in British history. Lee grew up in South London. His childhood was turbulent, marked by poverty, crime, and constant pressure to survive. Fighting came naturally, first on the streets, then in professional rings. MMA gave him a purpose. It wasn't long before Murray's name became circulating in fight circles: fast hands, brutal power, raw aggression.
I don't know nothing about the guy that I'm fighting, so I just wait and see what happens.
He made quick work of his early opponents, racking up stoppage wins and earning a call from the UFC. His most notorious moment, however, wasn't inside a cage. It happened in the street. After UFC 38 in London,
the UFC said, we're going to take you to this nightclub and everything's free and you guys can go and have a good time.
It was post-fight in super exclusive club in London. The drinks were flowing. At one point, I remember Lee just starts pounding shot after shot after shot.
Free booze and fighters, not always the best idea.
Like a powder keg, just erupts. You got a fight over there, a fight over there, a fight over there.
Tito Ortiz came running past me, ripping his jacket off. And he was going after Lee Murray. There's Lee Murray backing up, ripping his jacket off. Tito threw 3-punch combination. Lee Murray ducked out of the way of every punch and returned fire, threw about a 5-punch combination, and every single punch landed. So I put my hand on Lee and I said, Lee, you gotta stop and you need to get out of here.
What happened in that famous street fight?
Which one?
Lee Murray. I've got to narrow it down.
Okay, well, let me tell you about this one. He turned around and faced me and hit me with a shot. He dropped me for a second. I came to my feet and I clenched him. And I threw a few knees. Then the police broke us up, and that was it. That was the fight. That was the end of it.
Tito was not truthful about what happened. I observed that fight, and I saved his ass from taking more punishment. It's clear cut. I watched it happen.
Lee made his UFC debut in 2004, submitting Jorge Rivera in the first round. It should have been his breakout moment, but complications with his visa and an active criminal case in the UK prevented him from returning to fight in the US. Back home, he joined Cage Rage, where he faced one of the most feared fighters of all time, Anderson Silva. Lee went the distance. Few ever did. But then came the night of Lauren Pope's birthday. Murray was stabbed in the chest during an altercation. He flatlined 3 times on the operating table before doctors revived him. He survived, but the injury ended his MMA career. 2006, Kent, England. Lee Murray, now off the professional fighting radar, has shifted his attention to something even more dangerous: a plan to rob a cash depot. It wasn't reckless, it was methodical. Over months, his crew rented a farmhouse as a base. They studied employees' routines, staged a fake burglary to get the manager's keys, and even obtained replica police uniforms and masks. On the night of the robbery, they pulled over the depot manager, Colin Dixon, posing as police. They told him his family was being held hostage. He complied. Inside the depot, Murray's crew forced employees to help load over 53 million euros in cash, more than 100 million USD. The robbers vanished into the night, switching vehicles and evading the police in what appeared to be a near flawless operation. Unfortunately for them, it didn't last. The heist shocked the country.
Police hunting the gang behind the multi-million-pound robbery at a Kent security depot are expected to give more details about the weekend's dramatic raid.
A manhunt ensued. Police used CCTV footage, forensic evidence, and testimony to begin piecing together the crime. One by one, members of the crew were identified. Some were arrested, some turned on each other. Lee fled to Morocco. There, he was arrested on unrelated charges, but British authorities soon discovered his connection to the robbery. They requested his extradition. Morocco at first refused. Lee, it turned out, had dual citizenship. He would be tried under Moroccan law. In 2010, Lee Murray was sentenced to 10 years in a Moroccan prison. Later, that sentence was extended to 25 years. As of today, Murray is still behind bars. He's 46 years old, 14 years into his sentence. He remains a legend in both the MMA world and the criminal underworld, a man whose life reads like a Hollywood script. Street fighter, UFC hopeful, violent survivor, and the mastermind behind the largest cash heist Britain has ever seen. Some fighters chase glory, Lee Murray chased something else entirely, and for a brief moment, he obtained it.